The 1% morning habits that changed millionaires' lives every single morning. Before the sun rises, before the world gets noisy, a silent decision is made, and that decision will quietly shape the rest of your life. Here's a question I want you to keep in your mind until the very end of this video. If millionaires have the same 24 hours as everyone else, why do they keep getting richer, while millions of hardworking people stay exactly where they are? The answer is probably not what you think. And trust me, the final habit is the one almost nobody talks about. Imagine two people. They wake up in the same city. They are the same age. Both have dreams. Both want financial freedom. 5 years later, one owns businesses, travels the world, and has complete control over his time. The other still says, "I'm just waiting for the right opportunity." What happened? Did one get lucky? Or did one simply learn something? The other never did. Most people believe success starts when you begin working, but the truth is, success starts long before your workday begins. It starts the moment you open your eyes. The first few minutes after waking up are the most powerful minutes of your entire day, because in those moments, you're deciding whether you're going to control your mind or let the world control it for you. And that's exactly where the first habit begins. The wealthiest people don't wake up and immediately check their phones. Think about it. Before you've even gotten out of bed, you're already reading someone else's messages, watching someone else's life, solving someone else's problems. Your brain hasn't even had the chance to think your own thoughts. But somehow, you're surprised that every day feels reactive instead of intentional. Successful people understand something simple. Attention is the most valuable currency in the world, because wherever your attention goes, your life follows. That's why many successful entrepreneurs protect the first 30 minutes of their morning. No social media, no endless scrolling, no random news. Instead, they think, they write, they plan, because they know if they lose control of their attention, they lose control of their future. But protecting your attention isn't the biggest advantage. There's another habit that changes the way your brain works for the rest of the day. And this is where most people unknowingly destroy their own success. Most people wake up already feeling behind. They rush, they panic, they react. Everything feels urgent. But millionaires do something completely different. They create clarity before they create action. Instead of asking, "What do I have to do today?" they ask, "What is the one thing that will move my life forward today?" That single question changes everything, because being busy isn't the same as making progress. You can spend 12 hours working and still move nowhere, or spend one focused hour on the right task and completely change your future. That's why successful people don't try to do everything. They identify the one action that creates the biggest result. But here's where it gets even more interesting. There's one habit that almost every millionaire shares, and it has nothing to do with money. Before we get there, let me tell you a short story. Years ago, a young businessman asked an old millionaire, "What's the biggest difference between rich people and everyone else?" The old man smiled and pointed toward a man cutting down a tree. He watched silently for a few moments. Then he said, "Most people spend all day swinging the axe, but the smartest people sharpen it first." The young man didn't understand. The old millionaire smiled again. "Your mind is your axe. If you never sharpen it, life becomes harder every year. That's why the world's most successful people read every morning, even 10 pages, even 20 minutes, because every page they read gives them an advantage. That compounds over years. While most people consume entertainment, they consume knowledge. And knowledge eventually becomes opportunity. Now remember the question I asked you at the beginning. Why do millionaires keep getting richer with the same 24 hours? Here's the answer. It's not because they have more time. It's because they protect their time, their attention, and their mind before anyone else gets access to it. Their mornings aren't magical. Their decisions are. And those small decisions, repeated every single day, eventually create extraordinary lives. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, ask yourself one question. Am I starting my day, or is someone else starting it for me? That single question could quietly change the next 5 years of your life. If this video made you think differently, don't let it end here. Subscribe to The Life of Rule, because every week we explore the psychology of success, business, money, discipline, and the hidden habits that separate the top 1% from everyone else. If you found value in this video, leave a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and tell me in the comments, what's the first habit you're going to change tomorrow morning? Until next time, protect your mornings, protect your mind, and remember, the future you dream about is built one morning at a time.